I didn't rise to be political. This is personal. A few years ago, I was invited to speak at the UN General Assembly special session on anti-Semitism. I told the representatives from the assembled countries that anti-Semitism is the canary in the coal mine, that if there is anti-Semitism in your country, there is hatred that will ultimately permeate throughout society if it is not checked. I never thought I would need to explain that to my colleagues. This is not political. No one should make it political. The use of anti-Semitic language and images can never be tolerated. When a presidential campaign runs a commercial alleging a Jewish global conspiracy in an ad featuring George Soros, Lloyd Blankfein, and Janet Yellen, it is invoking classic anti-Semitic tropes, and it must be condemned. And when the same campaign tweets an image of their opponent featuring a Jewish star and piles of money, it does the same thing, and it must be condemned. And when one of our colleagues accuses Soros, Steyer, and Bloomberg of buying the election, it also invokes classic anti-Semitism. That must be condemned. And when one of our colleagues invokes the classic anti-Semitic tropes, the anti-Semitic language, that Jews control the world, that Jews care only about money, that Jews cannot be loyal Americans if they also support Israel, this too must be condemned. We have the opportunity to condemn all of that, by all of them, intolerable as it all is, by passing a strong condemnation of anti-Semitism. My colleagues, because of anti-Semitism over millennia.
They use their tongues to deceive. The venom of snakes is under their lips. Their mouths are full of bitterness and curses. And in their paths, nothing but ruin and misery. And the fear of God is not before their eyes. They have taken the hearts and minds of our leaders. They have recruited the rich and the powerful, and they have blinded us to the truth. And our human spirit is corrupted. Why do we worship greed? Because outside the limit of our sight, feeding off us, perched on top of us from birth to death, are our owners. Our owners. They have us. They control us. They are our masters. Wake up. They're all about you, all around you.
נכון, לא כתוב שהם יש איזה הסבר על זה, נכון? למה הם...
רגע, זה מה שאני רוצה להבין. רגע, שקט. אז מי, כן, מה כתוב? זה מה שאני לא מבין.
כתוב שאתם קרויים אדם, והגויים לא קרויים אדם, זה מה שכתוב.
לא קרויים?
לא קרויים אדם, לא קוראים להם אדם.
אוקיי, אז מה קוראים להם?
אדם זה הדמה לעליון.
אדם הוא בן אדם שהוא שונה מהבהמה. אם הבן אדם עושה את מעשה הבהמה, אז הוא כמו הבהמה, מה זה שווה? כל בן אדם צריך לשלוט על עצמו. זה היהודים שולטים על עצמם. היצר אומר להם לעשות דבר ולא עושים. אז הוא בן אדם.
אוקיי, אבל יש מישהו שהוא לא יהודי, שעושה מה שצריך, הוא בן אדם או לא בן אדם?
כן, צריך לעשות דברים נורמליים, בדרך כלל הם עושים, הם יכולים להרוג אנשים שלא רואים אותם. יהודי לא יהרוג יהודי אפילו שלא רואים אותם. אם אחד גוי, כן?
אבל יש יהודים שהורגים יהודים.
יש.
יגאל עמיר, רבי פופר...
יהודי שמתנהג כמו יהודי, ודאי יש יהודים שלא מתנהגים.
אוקיי, אבל רגע, מה שאני לא מבין, זה כל הגויים הם איך קוראים? בהמות?
אם אין להם ציווי.
אדם זה על שם הדמה לעליון. יכול הדמה לאלוקים. אוקיי? זה פירוש אדם. אנחנו הפכנו את זה, זאת אומרת, העם הפך את זה. האדם בן אדם, כמו אתה בן אדם, אתה צריך להתנהג כמו בן אדם. בעיקרון זה על שם עליון. אדם זה הדמה לעליון, מכיוון שאנחנו בנים של אלוקים. אז הוא קרא לנו בני אדם. עכשיו, הגויים מה שהם, כן. אלוקים עשה אותם בשביל שיעשו פה...
בשביל לשרת את היהודים.
We want to provide users with authoritative, trustworthy information.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I only have a minute and a half, and I don't really need to hear what you're trying to provide. I want to know how you're dealing with all these conspiracy theorists on your platform.
So the first way is by demoting low-quality content and promoting more authoritative content, and the second is by providing more transparency for users. So we're introducing boxes that provide factual information at the top of results that have shown themselves to turn up a lot of information that is counterfactual, such as searching for the Earth is flat on YouTube, where you see a lot of...
Your response is to put a box saying, nope, the Earth is not flat.
Correct.
Okay.
So instead of deleting all of the millions of videos we have made, they simply decided to bring in their puppets to reiterate the agenda at stake.
We are already sufficiently motivated to invest the necessary resources and people in addressing this threat.
Hey guys, welcome back. Anyway, as you guys know, we just released our Flat Earth to the Edge and Back mockumentary. To our surprise, guys, it is actually the #1 most critically acclaimed movie in the world. It's really making hella waves on the internet.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
That was a joke about the world being flat, right?
Was it?
By the way, I know you've asked about this a million times, but I'm particularly interested in it. You went on a podcast and you said you believe the Earth was flat, and do you actually you want to reel that in, or you still believe the Earth is flat?
You know what? You've always tried to come back, take the state.
But on that podcast.